Hey everyone, welcome to the Fancy Friday show with me, Matt Niblock. Today I have a special guest, Ronnie Thomas from Special Spaces. Ronnie, thanks so much for joining me.
Yeah, thanks for having me. This is a great avenue that you do for all the charities here in Nebraska.
Yeah, thank you. We're going to jump right into Special Spaces here, a super awesome nonprofit that you work with. But before we do that, I just want to remind our viewers that Casual Friday is canceled. That's right. We're putting the sweatpants back in the closet because Ronnie, I don't know if you're like me, but I'm wearing way too many sweatpants nowadays.
Yes.
Um, but today, going kind of with the Nebraska theme, because we are jumping across the border over to Omaha, I have with me my favorite red shoes. So I've got some, you could even call them Husker colored if you would, but just some Toms there, little slip ons. Oh, Ronnie, do you have anything with you today for casual clothing?
Yeah, I got my Special Spaces T-shirt that I wear on a regular basis. So I'll be tossing that out and wearing some Fancy Friday gear on Friday.
Perfect. Yeah, I can't wait to see it. So let's jump right into Special Spaces. Can you just tell us a little bit about, what is Special Spaces and how'd you get involved?
Yeah, so Special Spaces is a charity that was founded in Knoxville back in 2004. So it's all about giving dream bedroom makeovers to kids with cancer. And so, I actually heard about about Special Spaces back in 2011. They were on the show, for some of you that may remember it, called Secret Millionaire. They were on one, I believe the premiere episode of that show. And I remember watching it and thinking that if I ever really got into charities and what I wanted to do, like that was the charity that I wanted to look at. And back in 2017, I do a number of things for the IT community and have been kind of in that area. But I wanted to get involved with a charity here locally. One, just to be able to help the overall community, and two, to kind of give, my kids were going into those teenage years, and wanted to show them that there's life outside of video games and people that we can take care of and help inside the community. And so I remembered Special Spaces from that TV show. I looked it up, and I was more than pleasantly surprised to see that it had, numerous chapters across the nation, and that it was thriving since that show. So, I reached out to them to find out if there was a chapter here in Nebraska, and whether, how I could get involved in helping them. And there wasn't one. And so the closest one, I believe, at the time was Cedar Rapids. And so what, I talked to them, and after a while they kind of convinced me that I could start a chapter here. And I can tell you, my wife was all in, but she's at the same time saying, can't you just volunteer? Do you have to really start a charity? And so, I'm that all in guy. So I got it started here, and we've done 6 bedroom makeovers since 2018. So 3 in 2018, 3 in 2019, and I can tell you it's an unbelievable experience. The way it operates is that we find organizations to help sponsor rooms, and then once we get those funds, then we find children that need the rooms, and we've partnered in the past with here in Nebraska with Angels Among Us as a charity that also helps kids with cancer, and we found our children that way. And we go in, and it's extreme makeover style, right? We come in at 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning. The family leaves for the day, and we just tackle that room. And whether it's a Mario room, a princess room, a dinosaur room, you name it, we transform that room. And then at the end of the day, the family comes back in. They get, we do the big reveal where they open the door and see inside the room. And I can tell you, just that feeling of seeing that impact to that child is uh, amazing. It's seeing their, and for those of you that'll see the Facebook link, there's all of these videos of our reveals on there. So you take a look at those and see what those had to offer. But at the end of the day, you affect the child, you make their day brighter. Not all of the children that we have done rooms for have been successful in beating cancer, and it doesn't really matter to us. Like, we want any moment that we can give them that's brighter in their day, even if it's for a week longer, a month longer, years longer. We want to do that. So we want to brighten their world. And then these families are going through all these burdens with uh, all these challenges in their lives, and having that moment where they get to see their son or daughter that's ecstatic about the room, the joy that we bring to fixing it, and the other items we do. They are overjoyed, and we make their life better. And at the same time, all the volunteers just being able to give back to those rooms and help there, like, those people are also impressed. And we've brought children in, the volunteers children, so we get to teach, because that was one of my roots to do this, right, was to get my kids involved. So we allow other kids to be involved, and they've helped on different products, or painted a little, or moved things around, or carried things. And at the end of the day, we impact dozens and dozens of people with this, and we build up great relationships with the families, and we hope and pray for the best for them over the years. So it's been a exciting journey. Obviously, this year with COVID, we have a little bit stalled. We were maybe a week from doing our next bedroom when COVID kind of skyrocketed. NBA decided to cut bait, and then everybody else did as well. So, in the interest of saving our children and not putting them at risk, we held off on room makeovers. The organization's kind of pivoted. They're still able to do room makeovers, but they also have an option where we can do what we were calling a bedroom in a box, and where we bring everything to the home, and we bring it in the safest manner to them, and then the homeowners actually do the work with their friends and family to do the room. So everything's provided for them. But when we do these rooms, especially the in-person rooms, we do everything. There's not a finger that the homeowner has to lift to be able to do it. So we've had the pleasure of helping 6 families. We're hoping to get the green light in the next year or so to start going back into homes and doing more and more, because it's an unbelievable journey, because there's nothing more painful to see than a child that's going through this. But at the same time, you wouldn't believe the spirit of these children, right? You wouldn't even recognize that they were impacted, other than slowing them down maybe a little. They have a high spirit, and I take a lot from that. That's really where I get most of my joy, is just seeing the impact to them, and improving their lifestyles.
Yeah, that's incredible. Thanks so much for sharing all that, because I had never heard of special spaces, and then even just hearing the idea, it kind of gave me goosebumps. Initially just hearing, oh, you're remaking their little portion of the universe that is theirs, right? Their bedroom,
Yeah,
in a really special way. So that's very cool.
right. You think about it, right? They're spending a lot of time in the hospital.
Hmm.
So we want to give them a place of peace, somewhere where they can go and be on their own. They can relax. They can see the world. I mean, you look at our transformations that we've done. These are not minor transformations. Like, this is a really extreme makeover style, where it's amazing the feel that they get in those rooms. I mean, the smiles are unbeatable.
And you said some of the examples. You said Mario, you said dinosaurs, you said princess. Like, you kind of have a bunch of just whatever the kid can dream up.
Yeah, so we go through, so that's a great question. So we go through an interview process. So one first thing for me is I have to raise money. So I need to raise money to get to the amount that covers a room. Once I get that, then I can talk to the children, because I don't want to talk to a child that's in this state and not have the funds to do a room because we don't know how much time they have. And so we don't want to boost expectations and not be able to deliver. The one thing I'm super thankful for is the two children that we kind of have in queue right now are doing well. And so it's okay that we're not able to go into their homes right now. But we interview the family for fit. They fill out an application. We talk to them. Our national chapter makes all the decisions in terms of which families get accepted or not accepted into the program. You know, and then because we need to make sure that it's cancer, certain age groups, all of those things for our 501. And so
Right.
we go through that. Once that's all approved, then in that interview with the parents, and the child, we find out what they need, what they like, what's their favorite colors, all of this stuff. And then we work on creating designs. So we've worked with designers. My wife has designed a number of the rooms. I like to say that I want her to spend on that versus spending at home, so that I can save a little bit on that, and she can get some joy on buying. So she gets to do the design on a few of the rooms and executes that in a phenomenal fashion. And then it takes about 6 to 10 weeks usually for us to get all of the furniture, and all of the supplies in. And then we work with the corporation that sponsored us and line up volunteers. So our pitch to them and even the individual donors that donate is, well, if you're interested in volunteering, we will reach out to you for that when that room comes up and we're using your funds. And so it's not just about giving money, it's about being able to give back and your time. And so, we come in with anywhere from 5 to 20 different volunteers, depending on what we have to do. And, they get that experience of seeing the child's reaction. And, with COVID and kind of how we'll move forward, some of that will change as we start to evaluate how we approach things. But we'll always have volunteers that are helping us achieve these goals.
Yeah, and that's a perfect segue, I think, to get into. So, there's people that are watching this right now. How can they help?
Yeah, so we have, I believe there will be a donate link associated with this post. That donation link is specific to the Nebraska chapter. If you go to the Special Spaces, there's a specialspaces.org website, which is our national website. If you want to donate to the Nebraska chapter, you just have to look up the Nebraska chapter. There'll be a donate link there, and that link will go specifically to our chapter. Otherwise, use the link that's posted. And then, we're still trying to gather a list of people that are interested in volunteering. If they're craftsmen, if they're electricians or handymen or good painters, and they want to volunteer time, that's great as well. We've had organizations that have donated beds. We've had organizations that have donated carpet. We've had electricians donate their service to change ceiling fans. We're just trying to compile that list so that we have the right people. We have a phenomenal muralist that works with us on a regular basis. So we have a lot of different pieces that we're trying to bring together. For me, my job, my day job, is a little bit of that program management and putting pieces together. So it fits really well with what we do here.
That's awesome. And I won't let you get away without saying, if you're a corporate partner that's watching this and you want to fund some of these bedrooms, I'm sure Ronnie would love that as well.
Yes, absolutely. It is, we've had a number of corporations sponsor our rooms. We've had a lot of individual donors, but it's a great activity for that corp to bring out 5 to 10 people or 15 people from their org and actually get hands-on. And I know there's a lot of wonderful charities out there. This is a charity where you can get hands-on in a single day and see the results from that family in that single day. So it's a unique situation that you don't get with a lot of charities. And you'll see that when you watch the videos and see the family's reactions.
Yeah, that's awesome. And to your point, Ronnie, we will put a link right on this video. So if you're somebody who has $5, $10, $20, whatever, every little bit certainly helps here. And so, well, Ronnie, thanks so much for joining me today. It's been great learning more about special spaces. But before I let you go, being the Fancy Friday partner, you do have to pick my jacket that I'll wear to promote special spaces this week.
Absolutely.
So I've got two different colors here. I've got kind of the Ron Burgundy burgundy color one. I've worn that a few times on a Halloween, and then I've got a blue one here. So which one are we going to go with this week?
We'll go with the blue one.
The blue one. Perfect. I figured because it's more blue in the logo as well. So
That's
perfect. We'll go blue here, and yeah, that we'll be doing that on Friday. So,
I
well, Ronnie,
appreciate
it's been
having you out here, man.
yeah, of course, and yeah, I'll be seeing you dressing up fancy on Friday.
Absolutely. Thank you.
All right, see ya.